what up, y'all? Mr. Cruz here, the latest teacher you never had, back with another video. And in today's video, we're going to continue going over the Dr. Octorex. I'm going to show you guys a couple of more features and then maybe some tricks that you might not know about. For starters, one of the things that you might not know is that you can play your entire loop using your MIDI controller. Now, I know that you probably know that you can play different slices by just hitting certain keys and then just playing like one single slice, but you can actually program all of your loops to play back to back using your MIDI controller. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that real quick. Okay, so for the sake of this, you're gonna have to forgive my guerrilla style videography. But essentially what I've done is I've used my octave button to pretty much go to the lowest octave possible, and I'm at 0. So this right here would be E0. This is C0, this is C sharp 0, and so on and so forth. Now these first three you're not going to worry about. If you hit these won't do anything. So C, C sharp, and D. But D sharp right here, this will stop your loop from playing. So if you're playing a loop and then you want it to stop, you hit this button right here. This functions like the stop button. So what it will do is, if you can see here, is that I have loop 4 selected. I'm going to see if I can get this by this to see if this works. Hitting that select by MIDI, select slice by MIDI. All that button does is that when you hit a slice when you hit a key that programs a slice, it'll show you which slice that you're hitting. But I'm gonna see if it works with this loop here. So this button right here, so C, D, E, if I hit E, it'll play slot 1, and it'll play that loop in its entirety. So check it out. And then bam, I hit that stop button. So now if I hit, this would be E, right? C, D, E, no, F. C, D, E, F. This will play slot 2. Hey, it actually does work. So if I hit the next one, it'll play 3, and then 4. All right, so that's like, and actually that last one sounds kind of funky. I'm going to show you a reason why. But there you go. You can actually, and this will correspond with the next following 8 notes, or technically the next following, the corresponding 4 more notes that you would have able to drag into your slot buttons here, or into these different slots to play those back to back using your MIDI controller. See, maybe you didn't know that. Okay, next thing that you might not know is that you can actually add multiple Rex files at one time. I'm going to have this Dr. Octorex here, and I'm going to reset this patch. All right, I don't want anything on it. And we're going to browse through, again, the hip hop one. So I have 8 slots that I can use. I can select 8 different Rex files, drag them in, and it'll assign them to each of those 8 files. So if I hit, I don't know how many I picked there, and then drag them in here, I think it was at like 7, no 6. All right, so then all 6 have been assigned to a different slot. So that's kind of a really nice, quick, easy way that you can add multiple loops into one Dr. Octorex. All right, going back to this one. All right, the next thing that you might not know is that you can actually copy loops from one slot into another. So I have these 4 loops. I'm gonna erase or remove this one here. I think I would hit remove loop. Yep. All right, so remove loop, and I'm gonna copy this one that we have here. So I don't right click on the loop buttons, because that's not gonna do anything. Actually, that's just gonna help you to assign automation, which we don't want to do right now. I'm gonna look for that into anywhere else in the rack. So I'm going to hit copy loop, click button 4 or slot 4, and then paste loop. So now I have that exact same loop, and then I can, add a filter or do something else that's kind of cool with it. The last thing, which is really, really cool, and I actually want to do something a little different. I'm going to create a different I'm going to use this Dr. Octorex. I'm going to reset this one, and I'm going to show you something that's really dope. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use this function right here, this feature, this copy loop to track button. Now that you probably already know that, you already know how to use it. That's cool, but I'm going to show you a little something else. So I've got this loop here that I'm going to use. I'm going to drag it into slot 1. We're going to listen to it real quick. All right, so it's pretty dope. Now, traditionally, you like that loop, you want to use it, you want to throw it into your sequencer, you hit copy loop to track. One of the things that we got to remember with that is that it's only going to fill in what's in between your right and left locator. So if your loop is longer than where you've set your left and right locator, essentially it's going to it's gonna cut off. It's not gonna cut off, but it's gonna. You'll see what I mean. So bam, copy. And you see actually this one, all right, so this is a good example because this one is 2 bars long, but I've set 8 bars to be able to be filled, and it filled all 8 bars. So what I mean is that if I set it to this one right here, so let's say I set it to 7 bars, I'm gonna delete this one, and then I hit copy loop to track. Boom, you see how it kind of cuts this one off. It doesn't necessarily cut it off, but your loop is gonna cut off when it loops. It's not going to fully loop that last bar that it's missing. Just keep that in mind. All right, so the cool thing that you can do is I'm going to delete this again, and I'm actually going to hit our slice edit mode button. So with slice edit mode, and I'm going to select the alternate note feature, and I'm going to highlight all of these notes. So what slice edit mode is, and I'm gonna go into more detail in a different video, is it's just pretty much a quick and easy way to alter any of these parameters on the fly really quickly. Now the alternate note function, what that does is that it says essentially what it does is if you have a note, because you can play all of these individually like a MIDI note. If you hit this MIDI note, you know, this slice right here will play. If you hit another MIDI note, this one will play. What the alternate note function does is that whenever you hit one note, it'll alternatively randomly play another note or any notes that have been selected with the alternate note feature. So now when I hit copy note to track or copy loop to track, my whole melody has been randomized. So we remember what it sounded like previously, but now let's see what it sounds like. That actually came out pretty cool. I kind of like that. I'm gonna actually hit this one so we can kind of hear it with the original drums that I had picked out. Wait, why didn't it play those other drums that I had selected? Oh, there we go. Okay, I have no idea why it's not playing the other drums. But anyway, still, the point is we see that it makes it sound cool. Like it randomized the melodies, it randomized the notes that it hit. It doesn't randomize the pattern. It'll still kind of continually play whatever rhythm or whatever sequence the original notes were in. It'll just randomize which notes were played. So that's actually a pretty cool feature right there. So you can kind of, you know, get inspired in a kind of weird, simple way. And of course, if there's something in here that you don't like, or hey, you know, I instead of this one, I wanted to hit this one down here, you know, you can always go in there and edit those manually. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys learned something, especially that last one. Yo, that last one's a gem. I'm gonna use that. But hopefully you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments below what you like, what you didn't like, if this is something that you use or that you'll potentially use in the future. As you know, it's your boy Mr. Cruz, out.